ask normal football supporters who won the first World Cup, they'll tell you it was Uruguay who beat Argentina in 1930 in front of 90,000 fans. But if you ask this lot of supporters, oh, you'll get an entirely different answer altogether. Everyone keeps telling me that Uruguay won the World Cup, is that right?
Total nonsense. It was West Auckland.
Well, everybody knows West Auckland.
Oh, what about Uruguay?
Uruguay, who are they?
So who did win the first World Cup? Was it Uruguay in 1930 or West Auckland in 1909? And crucially, if it was little West Auckland, have they got a cup in the trophy cabinet to prove it? The story starts with tea magnate and a football nut to boot, Sir Thomas Lipton. In 1909, he organised a multinational football tournament in Italy. He asked for the mighty Woolwich Arsenal Football Club to bat for Britain. Instead, his invite marked WAFC found its way to little old West Auckland. The team of plucky coal miners were on their way. They must have loved an all-expenses-paid trip to the World Cup in Italy.
You must be kidding. Miners in those days had no money at all. They were badly paid, the conditions in the pits were poor, and basically they couldn't afford to go. But given the invitation, their pride took over from reality, and they pawned everything and went to Turin. Surprise, surprise to everybody, they won the trophy. And that was the first World Cup in 1909.
2 years later, West Auckland were back to defend their title. All they had to do was beat the Italian giants Juventus. West Auckland groundsman Les Nevison knew several key members of the team. What would have gone through the players' minds as they went out to meet the mighty Italians?
Oh, they'd be overawed, it would be in their minds, they'd say, right, we're not going to be intimidated by these, like, you know what I mean? We've beaten them once, we'll go out there and beat them again.
Against all odds, the underdogs thrashed Italy's finest. West Auckland slammed 6 goals past Juventus. It was a rout. The final score 6-1 to West Auckland. And because they defended the title and the cup, it was theirs to keep forever. Stuart, how do you rate their achievement?
I would say a really top achievement, that maybe the best in the world has ever been in football, to have had a team of miners from West Auckland to go across and play in Turin against the mighty Juventus teams and the German teams that were there, and to come back with this trophy twice is just unbelievable.
Returning to West Auckland in 1911, the victorious team was so hard up they swapped their precious trophy for a £40 loan from the landlady of the local pub. The club got it back many years later for £100. But the outbreak of the Great War spelt the end of Lipton's World Cup competition. But the drama wasn't over yet for this little club. In 1966, 3 months before the World Cup kicked off at Wembley, what we know as the modern-day World Cup was stolen. Inquiries were hastily made to see if West Auckland's Thomas Lipton trophy could be used instead. But a dog called Pickles finally found the missing trophy under a hedge. So if it hadn't been for Pickles the dog, the late great Bobby Moore would have held aloft the Thomas Lipton trophy at Wembley on that heady day in 1966. Now that really would have been a claim to fame.